Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Biblical Bees. Yeah, we're back for another episode. I hope you guys had a good week and a good weekend. I had a good week and weekend. I just got back yesterday from a retreat that I went on for my church up here in college. It was amazing. Got to spend a lot of time with some friends, got to meet some new people. Very, very fun, but also I'm very tired, but we're pushing through for you guys. And we're gonna get this one going. So, like I've been doing the last, I want to say 2 videos, I give somebody, or a specific area, I should say. In the beginning of our episode, I give a specific area a shout out for listening, just supporting, and all that good stuff. So, this shout out is for the people that's in Albania. Um, that's crazy. I never thought people from there would listen, but I appreciate you guys for the support. And taking the time out to listen. I hope that you're learning something from this, or you're gaining, some more knowledge. Yeah, I just thank you guys for the support and the love and just tuning in every week. So, yeah, shout out to the people in Albania. So, we are just going to hop right into it. This episode is a bit of a little story. I wanted to share with you guys because it was very crazy when this happened. But I was also just very grateful and very appreciative of what God had did for me in that time. So, as you guys know, I think I mentioned it in a couple episodes back that I had bought me a car. That was something that I've been praying for consistently. Just always praying that, one day God will just bless me and provide me with a car. And you saw I ended up buying one in February. So I had went home maybe about 2 weeks or so, and I saw my engine light was on. Now, this was not the first time my engine light was on. My engine light came on, I want to say 2 months or so after I bought the car. Got it checked out. It was a flex pipe that was leaking or something like that. I'm not into cars, so I really have no idea. But so this time it was on, and I was like, okay, well, let me call, make an appointment, because whether it's minor or major, I would rather get it dealt with, get it situated. That way it doesn't go into nothing too crazy. So I was telling my parents, I'm like, okay, my engine light's on, I'm going to make an appointment. So I called and made an appointment. Now mind you, I'm going to say this first. When I bought the car, I had a 6-month warranty. So if there was anything ever wrong with the car or I had to come in, I wouldn't have to pay for anything. It would be covered by the warranty. My light decided to come on after the warranty was over. So, yeah, keep that in mind. But, yeah, so I had called and I told the person on the phone what was going on. And they were like, yeah, we can see you on Monday, this day, this time. I'm like, okay. And the people on the phone were like, that's gonna be a $150 charge just for them to just look at the car. That wasn't even including if something was wrong, or like if I had to buy parts or whatever the case was. That was just for them to check the car. It was $150. And so I try not to worry about it too much, because sometimes when it comes to things financially, I tend to worry about a lot of things when half the time I don't necessarily have a need to worry about things. I kind of am just always thinking and planning ahead. So I knew going into this appointment I was going to have to pay for something. So I was prepared, I was ready, but there was still like that thought in the back of my mind, hoping that I would not have to pay, a lot. So I get to the appointment because I went after I got off work. Or no, I didn't go to work. I went in the morning because my appointment was in the morning. So I left in the morning, headed home, went to the dealership, brought in my car, told the man that I had an appointment. All that was good. And I probably was there for about, my appointment was at 10. I wasn't done maybe until around 11:15, so about a little over an hour. But maybe I want to say 10 minutes before the man came out. I was just kind of sitting there, just waiting. And before the man came out, I just prayed and was just like, God, I don't know what the outcome is gonna be or anything. I don't know what's gonna happen, how much money I'm gonna have to pay, but I just pray that whatever happens, that you'll make a way for it. You'll make a way for me to be able to pay for it, get whatever I need to get, and I'm just not gonna worry about it. And I kid you guys not. This was so crazy. The man came out like literally like a few minutes after and was like, I got good news and I got bad news. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, well, the bad news is it was a turbo something, an electric problem with the car. And now I really had no clue what he was talking about because, like I said, I'm not a car person, so I really was confused. But he was like, yeah, it's like a turbo something, so we're going to have to order some parts, and you're going to have to come back down for an appointment, and that way we can get those parts in and all of that good stuff. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, good news is our company's having a special. I guess what's been going on with my car, a lot of people have been having issues with or something like that. And he was like, well, the good news is our company is having a special where pretty much I didn't have to pay for anything. I didn't have to pay for I didn't have to pay the $150 I was telling you guys about just for them to check the car. I didn't have to pay for them to fix the car. I didn't have to pay for the parts that they had to get for my car. And being that it has to get fixed, it's going to take 2 days. So they would have had to have gave me a rental car. The man said they would give me a loaner car to use. I wouldn't have to pay for that car. That would be paid for. Only thing I would have to pay for is putting gas in the car. And when he told me that, I was kind of shocked. I was actually very shocked. Because like I said, my insurance was up. Or my warranty was up. So I knew I was going to have to pay for something. And I left there not having to pay anything. And so I called my mom. That way the man can tell my mom, everything he told me. And I told my mom, or he told my mom and everything. They were on the phone. And so he got done talking to my mom. And I told my mom I would call her back. And so I was just in disbelief this whole time because I'm like, this is crazy. But it was just, I don't know. When I got in the car and I had called my mom back, we were just talking about what the man was saying. And it was just so crazy because literally 10 minutes before he came, I literally just prayed and was like, God, like, pretty much I'm giving this to you. I'm letting you take care of this, and I'm not going to worry about this. And I feel like I've been in this season right now of really truly learning what it means to 100% put my trust in him. And I think in that moment, that was something that I was able to do, and also something that he was able to fulfill in that moment of me not even having to pay for anything. And, when I was on the phone with my mom, she was just telling me, like, this is what happens when, you just trust and just have faith and, not worry. Because like I said, I'm always someone that I think ever since I started, well, not ever since I started working, maybe ever since I started having bills was kind of when I started to not, I don't want to say worry, but worry is kind of like the word, because I'm always thinking about, what I'm going to buy or how much I'm going to spend on this and how much money I'm going to have left. I don't know why I always do that, but that's been something that I've just been having to not worry about so much and just trust in God that he will make a way for whatever it is that I may need, that I may want to do, whatever it may be. So I think that right there was a big wake-up call to me, that trusting in him and giving him our worries, he will do whatever he can to provide for us. And in that moment, he was able to provide for me. And, after I got off the phone with my mom, I kind of just started breaking down because I was just very grateful and appreciative of, you know, not having to come out of pocket for anything, because I would have spent quite a bit of money if that was the case, having to pay for the parts, paying the fee for them to check the car, paying for the rental. I would have came out of pocket a lot of money, but I didn't have to, because I trusted in God and allowed him to take that situation in his hands and have him work with that. And I just gave him my worries, and it turned out to be a positive thing. So I think that just these past few weeks, I've really just been able to give everything to him and just really, really trust him in these situations that I have, and whether it's financially or just something in general. I think a lot of prayers that I have been having, I would just pray to God, and I would kind of leave it at that, and then I would just see him little by little start to work within those prayers that I have, given him, and those things that I've asked for. I've just been able to see him work in that, and I think it's been just such a light to be able to see that when you truly give your worries to him and just wait and be patient, he will fulfill whatever it is that we need. So like, that was just very crazy. And even when I got home, I even called my grandma and told her, because I was really excited. I really was excited, that something like that happened to me, all because I just prayed and just gave God all the worries that I had about not knowing what to expect. So I think I've definitely been able to see growth and me be able to mature in that aspect of just being able to trust in him, because I think in the beginning, around, when I first got saved, it was not difficult, but it took some time for me to get to where I am now. I think after going through everything and really being able to see how things work when you do trust in him, I think it's allowed me to be able to do that 100%, So I just thought that that was just so crazy. And for anyone else that's out there that may be, going through times of not knowing how to trust God, or struggling to trust God, I'm telling you guys, it is definitely worth it. I would definitely suggest this week, if whether you're worrying about financial things, you're worried about something with school or with work, I just encourage that you give those worries to him and let him deal with that, and just be patient, and whatever it is that you may be going through, God will fulfill that for you, and he will provide for you just as he has provided for me. Because I'm telling you, I think that's been something that I have really been able to just practice and keep practicing, because I know sometimes it can be hard to trust in God. I feel like, especially with like financial things, it definitely can be hard to trust, but we have to trust him 100%. We have to be all in to trust him. Not a little bit, but we have to be all in. And I know sometimes it can be hard, but I think the more that I've been able to see that he has been hearing me and has been answering those prayers, I've been able to trust him more, and I've been able to be more patient. So I just encourage that for you, whoever that is that may be struggling with that, or may not know, or may think that they're alone, or that, no one understands. I understand, because I've had to deal with that. I've had to go through that, where I felt like he wasn't answering because I felt like nothing was changing. But I'm telling you, when you have 100% faith that he will provide for you, he will do that for you. We just have to be patient, and we just have to have faith that he will do that for us. And that's what I've had to do. And you see, the outcome for that was beneficial to me. It helped me out in a way where I didn't have to worry about certain things. So I just encourage you guys, like I said, this week, to whatever it is you may be struggling with, or you may need, or whatever the case may be. I just pray that you just give those worries, give those prayers to God and allow him to deal with that. And just be patient and trust that he will provide, that he will give you the resources that you need for whatever it is that you may be going through. And I know sometimes it may not go the way we thought it was going to go, but sometimes God's way is better than our way. So I encourage you guys to try that this week, in your day, your week, at work, at school, class, whatever it may be. I just encourage you guys to just try that. But yeah, that was my little story of what happened over the week, and I hope that kind of I guess encouraged you guys a little bit with my experience in being able to trust him. I hope that kind of gave you a perspective and kind of helped you to see that he does answer, but when we give him our worries and we just trust, he'll do what it is that we need. So yeah, hope that you guys enjoyed that. And that actually is all that I have for today. But, of course, I will never forget our shout-outs that we have been doing. These shout-outs at the end of our episodes are for people, actual people, that are following me on social media. So that means Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. The last two shout-outs have been from Facebook and have been from TikTok. So this one is going to be from the Instagram page. If you guys are not following, I'll put that in the description for you guys to see. But if you guys are not following the Instagram, it's biblical_bees. But yeah, so our shout out for the Instagram is Taylor Banks. Taylor, I thank you so much for supporting, for listening, tuning in. I appreciate all the love and support. I know you guys, obviously, you guys aren't able to see me, but I see you guys. I see you guys when you're listening. I see you guys when you follow, when you like any posts that I may have. I see all of that. So I thank you guys for that. So shout out to Taylor for listening and being a part of the Biblical Bees journey. So that is all that I have for today. And I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you guys have a great week. And yeah, see you guys next episode. Peace.